And my next guest is one of the evacuees who had to leave at a moment's notice from Ronge. Tom Roberts is a former CBC Radio host, and he joins us now from Prince Albert. Tom, thanks for making time for us.
Good morning.
First, can you tell me what the past 24 hours have been like for you and your family?
It's been hectic. A lot of, not that much confusion, but just waiting for the time. Waiting is the hardest thing on any evacuation. When do we evacuate? When can we get ready? Can we go now? You know, what about those? What about this? What about that? And a lot of people trying to figure out how they're going to do it. But they've learned from 2015 in Ronge when we had a mass evacuation of over 10,000 people. And this time it was pretty well coordinated. There's still glitches here and there, but it was well done. And we had vehicles leaving 5 o'clock from Ronge last night, and there was lots of them. We went through, we left Ronge at 5 o'clock. It's a 2.5 hour drive. We got here at midnight.
My goodness, a long drive. And we're looking at the images that you sent in to our producers of that drive, a long lineup of cars, hazy skies, fire on the side of the road as well. I'm wondering, for you, you've lived there for a number of years. Have you ever experienced anything like this before?
I have never experienced anything this dramatic before. And waiting on the highway south of Ronge, 25 miles south, for over 2 hours so we can get escorted through the main fire area. That, I tell you, was the hardest and the scariest and frightening. Driving through smoke. And the RCMP told us, drive slow, don't stop. There's heavy smoke about 2 kilometers down. Do not stop. I just about stopped because at one place there, and I couldn't even see the highway. It was, I just literally could not see the highway. I asked my grandson, can you see the highway? He said, no, Grandpa, but let's just keep going. And I kept going slow, and I looked back because my wife was right behind me. I couldn't even see her headlights on the car. And then my grandson says, oh, there's a white line there. Okay, we're okay. And then we saw the yellow line, and we kept going, and it started to clear up, and a sigh of relief. And I looked back, and my wife was right behind me, a big sigh of relief that they were right behind us. There was no way that she wanted us to be separated from that fire. It was scary. And yes, as an elder, we shouldn't be scared. But yeah, it was scary and stressful. And, you just have to listen to these people that are on the highway on what you should do when you go through some dangerous areas like this. There was fire burning on both sides of the road. And to me, that's too close for comfort.
No doubt that is too close for comfort, and certainly you've described quite a terrifying situation. I've never heard it described that way, that you are instructed to just keep going and continue on in order to make it, and everyone is sort of experiencing these conditions. How did you feel then when you finally arrived? I believe you're in Prince Albert.
We felt good, but we really had no place to stay. But we have really good friends, the Corrigals in PA. They said, we'll stay up, we'll wait till you get here. And we got here shortly after midnight, and thank goodness the door was open and they put us up. And, hats off to the Corrigals here in PA. They put us up, and they're wonderful people. And a lot of people I heard on Facebook this morning, my wife was looking at it, some people slept on the highway in their vehicles.
How do you contend sort of with listening to those sorts of stories? Your heart must be racing as you were experiencing it. And then you hear that some people were actually sleeping on the side of the highway in those conditions?
Yeah, we were lucky. We left a little earlier. And there were some families in the car with their children. And the children are getting restless. And they're wondering, why are we doing this? Why are we sitting here? And listening, I can hear the kids, getting frustrated, getting stressed out, and the parents try to calm them down. It's not an easy journey. It was a horrifying journey. But once we got through the fire, the main area, there was some smoke all the way to about 40 miles north of PA, and then it was a little better. and you can get a sigh of relief. But having these people have to sleep on the highway because the road is closed and they have to wait, and for safety reasons. And when they have to wait on the highway and they go to sleep, and then they're not sure what they're going to wake up to.
Have you had a chance to connect with many people from the community? Do you know whether most people made it out, have somewhere to stay?
There are some people that have made it out. Yesterday morning, the Ronge hospital had to evacuate all their patients, and the poor patients. There's no room in Saskatoon, no room in PA. They had to drive these patients all the way to Regina. And there is some structure damage at the airport, is what I heard from a guy I talked to this morning, and also in the Namibian River just north of town there, and then Hall Lake on to the west there where the fire originated from. That fire moved fast. It was 16 kilometers at 10 o'clock in the morning. By 11 o'clock, it was down to 8 kilometers.
You know, Tom, we've been talking so much about the journey that I haven't even had a chance to ask you about the preparation and what your thoughts are now. What did you take with you? What do you know of how your property is?
Well, my wife is very good at packing, and she had everything packed by 3 o'clock, and then we coordinated quite well, and we knew what to take. We traveled, quite a bit. And she always takes a little extra stuff, but there's always something you will forget. Absolutely, this is a given in any evacuation, and some people, are still coming out today. Some people turned back last night, and there are people in Ronge who are looking after the home, so don't worry about that. They'll look after your houses. They'll look after your dogs and cats. They'll feed them and also give them some water. And the people that have left their animals at home, they're stressed out. They're wondering, how's my puppy? How's my cat? And all these things go through people's minds when they're down here. I'm a wellness worker in Ronge, and I will be talking to some people today just to try and calm them down. And that, yes, a house can burn, it can be replaced, but people, we got to get those people out of those communities first, get them out, and houses can be rebuilt.
Tom, I want to thank you so much for joining us and for painting such a vivid picture of what it has been like for those in your community trying to escape the flames. And certainly I hope we can connect with you again to hear how people are doing. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, and prayers goes out to all the people who may have lost something or are in the process of trying to get out of there. Get out of there as soon as you can. And prayers going out to all the people. And God bless you all.
We certainly hope the best for everyone who is on this journey now. Thank you for your time again. From Ronge, that was evacuee and former CBC host Tom Roberts. Thanks again for joining us.
Thank you very much.